All right, folks, end all be all here, and we're back with another season of Grand Arena Championships. And this time we have a 5v5 with ships, which is the more predictable, more stable version of Grand Arena as opposed to the volatility that we see in 3v3. So glad that it's back. Looking forward to a good season. We also had some big news drop just yesterday with two new Galactic Legends being announced. So I want to take a few minutes to talk about Galactic Legends, the news which was released, and my thoughts on it. So if you want to go to the skip ahead to the Grand Arena matches, feel free to go ahead and skip 5-10 minutes. But I'm going to give a few of my thoughts on Galactic Legends. So a couple of inevitable facts that I realize that we have to accept. One is the only thing that can play in the meta right now is Galactic Legend. I mean, we can't expect a character like Gas or Darth Revan to be released right now and have any shot in the meta with Galactic Legend Rey and Kylo around. So the only thing which can challenge the meta or shake it up or make it interesting is another Galactic Legend. So that is something that we have to accept. So, and the question of timing, whether it's released now or in February of next year, that would have been a little too late in my opinion, because that would have meant that the meta for SLKR and Rey would have lasted one full year, and in my opinion that much is too much time for arena meta at least to last. That sort of makes it stale. Ship meta usually lasts around that long. It's more slower to move. It usually the Admiral Akbar fleet meta lasted for a year, little more than a year, and now GK and Malevolence meta is lasting for almost a year as well. That actually makes it a little stale and uninteresting. The reason that arena meta is so vibrant and exciting is because the meta changes every 6 months. So given that SLKR and Rey were released about 4 to 5 months back, and now I think it's about time that the meta starts getting more diverse. I won't say it'll change because SLKR and Rey will still be around, but I think it's about time that arena meta gets more diverse, which means have a couple of GLs in there. So the second inevitable fact that I've at least come to realize this is that I will not be able to collect all characters in the game, and that's something which wasn't true for me at least until a few months ago. I was able to collect all the legendary characters, all the hero's journey characters, starting from CLS when he was released all the way until GAS and and uh, and DR and Malik, and as well as JKL as the most recent example. But now I'm beginning to realize that when it comes to GLs, I probably will not be able to collect all of the Galactic Legends. I did manage to get Rey in the first month, about a month after she was released, but I'm just not there in terms of Kylo Ren. If you take a look at my first order ships, I haven't even qualified for. Let's see. Yep, I haven't even qualified for getting the SLKR event unlocked because my finalizer is still 5 stars short. So in terms of my first order characters over here, they're way behind. I haven't even started putting relics and gear on them, with the exception of Sith Trooper. And my Supreme Leader Kylo farm hasn't even started, and now there's already a chance to do new GLs. So my thought is you will not be able to collect all 4 GLs unless you're a Kraken. You have to give up on that, and you have to settle yourself for 1, 2, or if you really stretch yourself, maybe 3 GLs. Because by the time you're able to collect the third one or and try to go for the fourth one, the next couple of sets of GLs will be out after 6 months. So you have to resign yourself to the fact that it's okay to miss certain characters and you won't have all of them. As long as you have 1 GL, I think you'll do fine in arena, given that you just need 1 GL to really climb in arena, and given that all 4 of them will be more or less equal status, arena climb should more or less be okay. It'll actually add diversity in the meta in the arena, because right now we just have 2, so we'll have 4 GLs trying to beat each other in the arena. That is basically going to be it. So as long as you have 1, you'll be fine. Now the question comes to decide which one you should go for. That depends on what stage you are currently at. So as I mentioned, you will need at least 1 GL right now to compete in the arena and in GAC. Gone are the days that you can live without powering up your GLs. I think at least 1 GL you would need to decide and go for and unlock. to compete in the arena and to do decently well in Grand Arena as well, and to help your guild in TB and TW and all of that. Now, um, the currently for Ray and SLKR, off meta counters do exist, but while Palp and Luke come out, they may not be available for a while. So that'll give you, if you go for some of the newer ones, then it might give you a little chance before the counters catch up. And if you have a GL in the arena, you won't drop as much. So that's the reason I feel you need at least one GL. Now, which one do you want to go for? If you don't have a GL yet and you're partially there for Ray or SLKR, then my advice would be to go ahead and finish it, because it's going to be at least another 6 to 8 weeks before Palp and the new Luke are going to be released. So if you're close to Ray or SLKR, go ahead and finish it. You'll at least get a month or two of good use out of Ray and SLKR before you can start hoarding and trying for the new one. If you already have one GL and are currently hoarding, if you have say Ray or SLKR and you're currently hoarding, waiting for the new one, there are a few things that you need to consider. Like I said, off meta counters will take a while to develop for some of the new characters. So if, for example, I've got Ray, do I want to go for SLKR next, or do I want to go for one of the new characters? No, it's going to take a while for off meta counters to get available for the new characters. So my preference would be to go for one of the new GLs, Luke or Palp, and then once I get that developed, then I may start on the third one, which could be SLKR or it could be the other GL. Also, you have to consider what factions you already have developed. Like for me, for example, my light side is way more developed than my dark side. I've got really good rebels, really good Jedi, or almost all of them mostly relic up as well, including Jedi Knight Luke. So my initial thought is, instead of going for SLKR, I might just go for Luke, just because of the extra Jedi synergy that my Jedi characters are going to have, Jedi Knight Luke, as well as given that I'll be relicking a lot of rebels going into this faction, getting Jedi Knight Luke, it's probably going to make my own rebel faction a little better, because I really you have to decide whether you're going for whether you've got better rebel faction right now or whether you've got better Empire faction. My rebels are very decent and I can really get them up there pretty fast. So it's not much of a stretch for me to really go for Luke, as opposed to if you take a look at my Empire, for example. That's a real stretch. I've just got a few characters relicked up. Everyone else is not even G12, it's G11 or G10, and my troopers are really terrible. So for example, if you've got really good troopers, it makes sense to go for Admiral Priet. If you've got really good Empire that you want to leverage with your new Palp, it makes sense to go for the new Palp rather than for Luke. So you have to see where your faction is and then make a decision on where you want to go. And then requirements are all going to be faction based, because Kylo was all First Order, Rey was all Resistance, and the two new factions that we're going to be going after now are going to be Rebels and Empire. So you have to see how your current Rebels and Empire are and then make a decision based on that. And there's going to be alignment synergies as well, given that I currently have Rey and Luke and some of the good light side characters. Going in for another light side GL makes tons of sense, at least for me. It is a little unfortunate that I'll be missing out on SLKR, given that he's so good in raids and it's really a great character to have, but I have to look at what's best for me and what's best for my own roster. So that's how I'm thinking about making this decision. All right, so those are my thoughts on Galactic Legend. Let's go ahead and take a look at get our Grand Arena started, and let's take a look at our matchup. All right, so opponent today is Discord $10.0456 from the Singaporean order. Okay, lifetime banners 322k, not that worried about it. It's not the greatest, but they do have a Kylo Ren, no ultimate though. And if I look at their offense versus defensive record, it's pretty impressive. 393 offensive battle, so not as many offensive wins, but the defensive record, look at that, 350, more than 40% defense ratio, which means that they usually set a really tough defense. They usually keep the SLKR on offense, especially if they're going up against another GL. But they do keep really tough teams on defense. So looking forward to playing this one. And let's let's quickly review my own defensive record, because I hit a milestone at the end of last season, which I was pretty happy about. I crossed 500 defensive holds as of the end of last season, and my defensive record is just a little over 50%, which I'm really thrilled about. I want to keep it at that level, because that's something which is really important to me. Prevent full clears, prevent my opponent from getting through zones, and getting holes. That's important to me in Grand Arena. All right, so let's go through a brief defensive overview, and then we'll go ahead with the attack stage. We just have 4 hours left. My opponent did get off to a start. They did get my Ray down. Got 46 banners against Ray, so used their own SLKR, I'm sure. And then I kept Gas over here as well. Now, Gas is one team which in 3v3 it was really nothing special, but in 5v5 people tend to forget how tough Gas can get through, especially if you don't have some of those good teams that you can use on offense. A good Gas team with a fast Rex and decent damage on Gas, they can get really tough to get down unless you have specific counters and a Thrawn or a good CLS squad, for example. So 2 battles over there, so I'm sure they must have used something good to try to get Gas down. And still standing over here, Fives is down obviously, but I think this zone is safe and they're probably not going to clear this area. Haven't attacked anything at the top. I did keep my own Darth Revan without Basti, because I want to use Basti on offense with EP in 5v5. Kept Grievous with BB-8, kept a Newt squad, a pretty standard Newt squad, and those haven't been touched yet. I think my opponent is just waiting to see how I do before they decide whether to go all in on Gas down below or continue attacking up north. Kept Malevolence on defense, nothing new there. And then behind Gas and Ray, I kept my Resistance B squad with the Wets under Finn, and then I kept a Mon Mothma squad. This is a squad I've been working on lately. I've got Mon Mothma, Zeta, double Zeta, only 3-star, but with her lead she gets tons of survivability. I got Hot Rebel Scout geared up as well. The basic with a chance for turn meter is actually pretty nice, and combined with the Zeta POW, these guys take turns forever. And Hot Rebel Scout is actually not a very hard gear. I had him at G8, and then within a few minutes I had him at G12, because the gearing requirements are not that crazy. So I was able to get that done. My Biston is already G12 from the home 1 days. POW, I put the Zeta on him, didn't put any gear because I think it's survivable enough. And then I put Jin in there, just because Jin is one of my fastest rebels at 285. So she will tend to go first against most offensive teams below 285 speed, and then get to give turn meter to someone else, and then get the turn meter train rolling with these guys. So my Jin is not my first priority. Ideally, if I had my Cara Dune up to say 300 speed or something like that, and a little more geared up, I would probably use Cara Dune in there. That I think would be a really good squad. But until I get Cara Dune in there, I think a fast Jin is should be good enough. So this is like a backup squad at the back, just to make sure that I prevent the full clear in case they're able to get through these teams over here in the front. There are tons of teams which can take out rebels. These rebels over here, Mon Mothma rebels. So Treya obviously is one of them. EP actually can do pretty well as well, because rebels lose, especially this particular brand of rebel team with POW and Hot Rebel Scout, they lose 20% health every time they take a turn, and EP's unique does help with that. Sort of acts like a budget Treya, I guess. So Treya, EP, all these guys can help. Stormtrooper Han with Watt will have the taunt on him always, and will always recover protection. If you throw in Wampa over there to prevent revives and doing double damage, so I think Stormtrooper Heart Wampa could also undersize a team like this. So tons of options are there. Vader obviously is a very strong option as well. A lot of good options out there, but if you don't have the right teams, this can get a little tricky. All right, let's go over the attack phase. Now, as I mentioned, my opponent likes to go defense heavy. They've kept their own gas, they kept the Padme, and they've kept GG with BB-8. 3 relatively tough teams on top, nothing that you can really undersize or or take out cheaply. And down south, they've kept their Revan as well. Full Revan squad. No HK, but they do have Marauder in there, and very high relics on both Revan and Malak, as well as Basti as well. So we're gonna try to get through this bottom zone first, see what's at the back, and then see what we can afford to take up top. Against the Geo squad, Spy is really not that deadly out here, so I think we are just gonna go with our Tria squad. We're gonna undersize it. I mean, it's we can probably do it with Tria and Nile and Scion. We don't even need Nihilus and Savage, but I probably won't need Nihilus anywhere else, and I just want to one-shot everything, so I'm just going to go with these guys and take care of it. Because my Sith team is G 12, which is why I want to make sure that I don't take any risks. I think with a G13 Scion I would have been a little more comfortable. Alright, let's apply isolate on this guy. Give it a Scion so that he reaches Health by Hatred a little faster. Let's see. Nothing to dispel. Okay, let's just keep going after this guy. Alright, there we go. Hell by Hatred. Now let's dispel. Let's take care of this guy, and this should be easy enough. Yeah, probably those two by themselves could have done it, but I didn't want to risk anything at all. I want to one-shot everything on the board. Now the next team is going to be tough. The DR team is going to be a little tough to take out, given that they're pretty fast and well modded, and I'll probably take my Padme in there, but there's a high chance I'll have to clean it up with the crew. So this might have to be a double shot, especially because the Malak is R7. So let's do what we can. This is our standard Padme team. The problem is both my Padme and the Malak are at the exact same speed, 275. So I'm not sure who's going to go first. I think Malak might go first, given that with debuffs he gets a little extra speed, but I really don't know how that will work out. I hope Malak goes first, because then once he applies shock, Padme can go next and cleanse the shock. That enables a more smoother battle, in my opinion, if Malak goes before Padme. But let's take this in and see if these guys are able to one-shot this team. So that happens. Oh, Malak did not get to go first. That is a problem. He's going to apply shock, and then Basti's going to follow it up with an AoE shock. So that's, if she hits the wrong person, my Annie might go, but I'm going to give it a shot. No, this is bad. Alright, I'm gonna still keep going. Let's apply a stun on Malak. Excellent, that saved us. Unfortunately, we lost Annie, which is not good. Yeah, this is not going to go anywhere. Alright, so we'll have to clean this up with something. We won't be able to take in our crew over here, because we've got both we've got all three of the main guys still in there. But let's try our Jedi Knight Luke squad. I don't know if anything else will be able to clean this up. Let's take our, maybe we should use our, yeah, let's use CLS in there actually. Oh no, but I want to save Han and Chewie for the gas counter. We'll have to take our Jedi in there. I don't think we have a choice. I'm gonna go in with the Luke lead with these guys. Not Jolie. I think maybe Luke, Hermit Yoda, Grandmaster Yoda. Who else can I take in? Mm, you know what? I might just have to go in with Shark T as well. And Revan is going to be useless. Maybe Basti or Old Ben, one of those. Probably Basti. I think Luke could use the extra buffs. Do I want to go with Luke lead or maybe JKR lead? Uh, hmm. Let's just go with Luke lead. I think I'll still be able to reduce their speed, which will be huge. Ooh, that's not good. Luke almost got taken out with the death mark. But luckily we have this. We can get rid of Basti. We won't be able to shock anyone. But let me get rid of Sith Marauder and spread some buffs around. And let's go after Malak. Almost got taken out. Let's actually do this to Revan. And let's give this to Luke so that he can get rid of Malak. And let's do a basic. Yep, that's it. Alright, that was a little overkill, but I don't know if that would have worked right away, first shot, but worth a shot. Okay, so pretty much crap at the back, so yep, we can easily get through it. Yeah, unfortunate that we had to double shot this. I was hoping for a single shot everywhere, but that was the toughest team on the board, so I'm glad we were able to get through it. Alright, now we don't have much left, so we'll have to play this carefully. I don't think these two squads are anything, yeah, they're not dangerous at all, so we can leave that for the end. Against the Grievous squad, I think I'll have to go in with Talzin. There's no other choice. I don't have enough Jedi left. So let's go in with Talzin and hope that these guys are able to get him down. They're going to go first because of BB-8. And there we go. First death is done. Stun there. And now let's heal up because Sarge Daka is low. And let's try to land a stun on Grievous. Excellent. And now I'm going to try to get B2 Super Battle Droid down. Let's apply another plague. Let's try to get two of them down, both BB-8 and B2 at the same time with this plague, so that Grievous just gets to go once. And let's bring everyone back. And let's see, let's keep applying some more plague. Let's stun this guy. Keep going after him. There we go. Let's hope that the stun lands. Didn't land, but let's see if this one lands. Okay, we did manage to stun, but we did get him below 100% health, so the mark has gone out. Alright. This is probably going to kill him. Not yet. Okay, this is going to kill him, and B1 is at 18 stacks. I think Grievous is going to do his AoE. We're going to try to get people back with Daka. Okay, good thing he didn't attack Daka. That's a thing which is always a little dicey with Daka. I mean, if Daka gets targeted instead of zombie towards the end when you only have both of them remaining behind, then things can get extremely dicey. Alright, so always end with the basics so that the last sister can be revived. 54 banners there. But main thing is we didn't have to waste a good team against that. Alright, now gas team is going to be tricky as well. So for gas, I'm going to go in with my clash counter, which is this one. Stormtrooper Han, Han Solo, Chewbacca with Vandor and Watt. This one, I've been using it forever in 3v3. Got it from a Clash video. Really, really effective. It can get screwed up sometime if you have an offense oriented um, gas, but I think this one should be okay. If not, I think we always have Thrawn to clean it up. So the first step over here is you stun Rex, and then you pass the weapons tech to Han. Ooh. Okay, so now I need to get buffs out because Chewie was targeted. And then give the taunting tech to Stormtrooper. Okay, so he's down, but Chewie is in a very deadly spot. So we'll need to stun 5s, and let's keep going after him. Let's give this to Chewie. The main thing over here is to make sure Vandor is always buffed, because incoming damage gets reduced by 25% if Vandor is buffed, and the best way to do that is to give the med pack to him so that he's always buffed over there. Okay, Echo and Arc Trooper. Let's go after Echo. Okay, so we're doing good so far. Gas is almost down for a second time. Now this should get him down in the next turn. There we go. Okay, now let's finish off. Arc is only a G12, so I'm not that worried about him. Let's actually land a stun on him. Let's finish this guy and then work on Arc. Get some protection back up. Alright. Now the battle is in control. Let's land a stun. Excellent. Let's do the shrug. And this should end with 59 banners, I think. Yep. Always a reliable team. For even higher relic gases, they should take care of it with no problem at all. Since gas on defense can get a little tricky, so you need the right counters against it. Now, we have Padme, which is the toughest team left. What do we have? We have our... Yeah, I guess it'll have to be our EP Thrawn with Vader. Do I want to go for Vader lead or... Fortunately, I don't have Treya. I would have loved the Isolate, but the Fracture will have to do. Let me go with... I'm wondering if I should go with Thrawn lead, with EP lead or Vader lead. Let's see. Let me just go with EP lead. Maybe I should get this guy in there as well. What other Sith do I have? Oh, I've got Basti. Yeah, maybe I use these two guys. Basti and Sith Trooper. There's no tank in there, but I think these guys will be fine. EP lead, yeah. EP lead and Basti are always a good combo. So let's do that. Let's do this first and then go into merciless mode. Apply a ability block there, ability block on Annie, didn't apply, ability block on Ahsoka, didn't apply, and another ability block here. This is not going to kill him. Let's pass this over to EP so that he can hopefully land a few stuns. Okay, Annie was stunned, which was good. Let's do some fear, fracture this guy, and let's do this. Let's land a shock on Annie. And let's actually just finish off Annie if I can. And see if we can't take out Padme. Not yet. Let's keep going after Padme. Ability block because we don't want that heal. And let's stun Kenobi. And yep, we got into Merciless again. So this is great. Now, really nothing to worry about. We should be able to take care of this team pretty easily. Let's get rid of Padme. Even with crit immunity, shouldn't be a problem given the offense that Vader has. Another stun. Yeah, this team is excellent for control. Let's get rid of her. Let's give this back to Vader to see if he can't recover some protection. Let's just get rid of Kenobi and finish these guys off. Okay. Vader is a hard counter to these guys, so not much of an issue. 59. All right, let's finish off the teams down below, and then we can call it a day. Over here, what do I have left? Got my Wampa, I've got my Geos, I've got First Order as well. Oh, let's try some fun teams. Maybe I'll try my. Oh yeah, I definitely am gonna try my Aura Mando team on one of these, and maybe my CLS. No, maybe Geos. I think Aura Mando and Geos. Which team? I think this first team is going to be slow, Garth team. So I can probably try Aura Mando against that. Yeah, they're going to be pretty slow. All right, let's go for that. Aura Mando against the Garth team. That's the team that I usually go for in 5v5. Aura, Mando, and Bosk. Those are the core three. Dengar is great. And then Grief Karga for the additional healing and Mass Assist. So with this, the contract should be got really, really fast. Let's taunt first. And let's do this. And with this team, I always like to use basics for Aura because that stuns. I almost never used a special. Let's do a Mass Assist. That's stunned. So we see already at 70%. And I'm going to do who's got the maximum. Maybe I'll just do this. Do another Mass Assist. Another stun there. Now we've got the contract. And let's just get rid of Zalbar because he's going to be taunting a lot and doing AoEs. Now next I'm going to go for mission and hopefully land a stun here as well. Excellent. So he's above 50% health, and this one can stun him if he's got more than 50% health. Excellent. So great control team. You can see over here, I've not allowed these guys to take a single turn. And I'm able to get rid of them pretty easily. Let's do another Mass Assist over here. We don't really need to heal or cleanse. And let's call Aura again. There we go. Excellent team. Not a single turn taken by this team. And I end with full health and full protection on everyone. Good control team. 60 banners. Alright. For the last team, Geo should be more than enough. I don't think... I've got tons on offense. I've got my First Order. JKR. But I think Geo should be more than enough to take care of that. Okay, maybe we can even go in undersized. Who do we not need? Maybe Sunfac. Yeah, I like the ability block and the tenacity down from Soldier. Ability block from Poggle. And obviously the big hit from Spy. Let's just go in with these guys. I'm going to work down on... Let me just get rid of Bosk actually. Big hit. Yep, Bosk is gone. Let's work on Django. Finish him. Now Boba. Let's give this to Spy. And let's get rid of Boba. And this should do it. Yep, I don't think I think I might be at full health and full protection, with the exception of one of them maybe. So probably 60 banners. Yep. Okay, so that was easy enough. Let's go over and finish the ships. And he always keeps Negotiator on defense, nothing surprising about that. Negotiator mirrors can get ugly, but I usually take in the Y-Wing, which gives a little bit more stability in the matchup. Allows me to reach the ultimate faster as well, especially if I'm going against a Houndstooth. So this is the squad that I like to go with, Rex, Y-Wing and Anakin. And then I like to call in Plo as first reinforcement. We can go in undersized here as well, and this should that should usually heal them up and and put them in a good place. Let's okay, so they're attacking Rex first. I'm gonna go in after Jedi Knight Anakin, try to get him down in yellow so that excuse me, so that I force the healing move from the enemy ship. Alright, let's do this so that we dispel Anakin. That's another reason why I like Jedi Knight Anakin. I like Y-Wing in the initial slot, because if you're able to get Anakin down into stealth, then this guy Y-Wing actually dispels that stealth, and you can get rid of Anakin right away and make the battle that much more smoother. Now let's get rid of Ahsoka. And now the battle is very much under control. So now I'm just going to get in Plo, heal everyone up, and try to see if I can't recover banners on everyone. Let's see. Let's recover some banners on this guy. And let's do this. And let's just do a basic and finish it off. 66 banners. So against Malevolence Mirrors, it's always a very, very easy 65, 66 banners as long as you get the Y-Wing in. It reduces a lot of the uncertainty. Alright, so we got 1905, lost one battle over here on Sith Empire, but that's fine. I think if Malik was one speed faster and we went first, that battle would have been much more predictable. But yeah, it is what it is. So I think I won this match. I don't think my opponent plans to attack anymore. I don't think he has anything left for the top zone as well, because I have my own Darth Revan and my Grievous BB-8, and without yeah, I don't think my opponent will be able to move anymore. But I'll give you guys an update once we get closer to the attack phase ending. Alright, looks like we got the win. So my opponent did not attack anymore, and we ended with just one of our teams being cleared, and no attempts on any of the teams up north. So pretty good start to the 5v5 season. It was a nice warm-up match. Always good to prevent a full clear and full clear yourself. Now we would need to face our next opponent, which is going to be May 4th, who's got an ultimate ray. And again, just like my current opponent likes to go defense heavy, it's about 30% is a defense ratio. So I'm going to be looking forward to that. It's going to be interesting seeing an ultimate ray on defense. Will hopefully, I have time to get my ray counter up there. All right, so that's it for this first match of the Grand Arena. Hope you guys had a good introduction to the Grand Arena 5v5 Season 2. I will catch you guys in a couple of days. Happy gaming!